to that. We wanted to recognize that this land is not ours. It's a gift. We don't own it, and that we're responsible for being good caretakers for it. We wanted to also acknowledge that foundationally everything needs to start with good roots.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what's above. There's this whole movement about ugly fruit, right? Yeah, it's still nutritious. It's still exactly what our bodies need. So it's the nod saying that we have to start with good roots first to create a beautiful thing and something of value.
Oh, I love that. Where did your love of gardening come?
Like for me, I always wanted to have an extra land for to have animals and grow my own vegetables. That was it. So also because my parents they grew up in a farm, and they were free. We had all types of fruits and it's all year round. So that's kind of nice. Like, in the morning, coming to get a fresh kale there, a tomato or jalapeno, things like that. I mean, that's how I was raised. It's so this one was really good. Also because we have a Rafael now, so I work.
I started the business probably a year and a half ago, I would say. And so I left the corporate environment. I was working a regular 9 to 5 at a big corporate company. And so I left that about a year and a half ago, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do next. And then eventually that's when I'm like, okay, let's start this canning business. Because I was doing canning and selling salsa at a local farmer's market. So I was over in Osseo, Wisconsin selling. And so I'm like, okay, why don't we just grow this? And so my love kind of started when, with my mom. She's been canning all of her life, and she kind of taught me all of the details with canning. And so that's where I'm like, all right, let's take our favorite foods and sell them at more farmers markets. And so that's when I got into like the Eau Claire Farmers Market downtown. And so from there, that's where I started growing more produce. I brought out more products. And
Where did your love for baking come about?
I hated baking. I didn't like baking at all until I started baking sourdough. In 2017, I took a class north of Milwaukee at a CSA farm, and we did whole grain sourdough.
Nice.
So I learned how to make sourdough with whole grains. Most of the time you start out with bread flour because it's easier. So I went right into whole grain, and that was 2017. And then as I started making bread, I added in all the other cozy baked goods, and now
here.
I love baking now.
That's awesome.
I'm just gonna grab some butter.
So our products, we sell our plant starts to the co-ops in the area. Menomonie, Hudson, Eau Claire, Stillwater. We're also custom growers for some CSA. So if you're a larger farm or CSA or maybe even a market grower, if there's just certain things you don't like to start or want, you can give me a call. We can put together a custom order for you for plants. In the spring, we sell our plants here also on farm for locals. And then starting in May, our campground is open. So our campground is on Hip Camp, platform Hip Camp. We have 5 sites and we have a little bit of everything. We specifically don't charge extra for children 12 and under because we really are encouraging families to come, bring your kids, let them run around outside, play, discover the chickens, pick some flowers, pick some green beans. We have trails on our 30 acres for them to run and play with, and we're dog friendly also.
Cool.
We have a year-round cabin, Angus cabin. It's a pioneer cabin that was built in the 1800s. It's a very unique structure, and we love to share that with other people. That's available on Airbnb and also on HipCamp. We do sell produce off the farm as we have extras. Most of it's for ourselves. We share with our campground people and Airbnb people. But we do have produce for sale, and also our ginger, which comes in September is when we start harvesting that. But we're also available if you'd like to host a small event, maybe a teaching group, maybe a bird watching group, native flower group. We can even host small cooking classes or other intimate things like yoga, or just a round circle of girls that want to get together, or guys that want to talk about hunting or look at foraging mushrooms. All of that's available here.
Cool.
Meat that we sell is listed on our online store on the Grown By platform. Okay. So if you go to grownby.app or grownby.com and search for our farm name, Granja Las Aguilas. And so you can put a reservation down for a turkey. I think we have 5 or 6 turkeys left to be reserved. And we'll process those in October or beginning of November and deliver. For chickens, I list all of our cuts of chickens on the website. People can buy it by the cut or they can buy it whole, and they can choose whether to buy chicken that's been butchered at our USDA certified butcher, or you can buy chickens for slightly cheaper that we process ourselves on the farm, and you have to come pick those up at the farm. We go to the Southwest Market every Saturday.
Okay.
Nearly. Instagram is very active, and our Facebook is somewhat active. So you can purchase our products on our online store, come and pick them up at the farm, pick them up in Minneapolis, or the Twin Cities in general.
So where can we find your products?
Oh, I like that question.
Yeah.
So the 2 events that are always happening year round are Thursday Farmers Market downtown, and then Down to Earth every other Saturday in the winter. So that's constant. And then I plug in special events throughout the year at different locations around the valley, which is always listed on my website.
Awesome.
Yeah.
why it's important to support small farmers.
Yeah.
If you want quality, you're going to buy from farmers that care about what they grow. I honestly don't think corporate farms should even exist. I think everybody should have something in their backyard to feed themselves and appreciate the goodness and the work that goes into it. A lot of people talk about how expensive food is, and I say, yep, and it should be even more expensive, because if you put your hands in the soil and you start growing, you realize the work that's involved. It'll give you a lot deeper appreciation for what's put on your plate and that we don't waste. How little garbage is generated when you grow from a local farmer. It's better for the soil. They care about their soil and the ground that they're growing in. They're going to invest into the soil, and they're not just looking for a profit. So, those are some of them.
Yeah,
I could probably go on and on.
Yeah.